because blue probably has Humbling Vision. No, it does not. Oh yeah, it does, sorry. Yeah, there's 2 Humbling Visions in this list, alright. But even still, if we keep our creatures at mid-range stats, we don't need to fear Humbling Vision too much. Okay, so Village Elder, we have a nice collector. I actually kind of like this hand. Because we have a 1 forest card, we can again accelerate with neutrals. And then this is really efficient to play later. Ruby Fish. I think we'll contest that Ruby Fish. I don't have any answers. I have Falcon Dive, okay. But we will go for triple neutrals, why not? We get this Village Elder in a more aggressive spot. We'll shrink that guy down a little bit. Cutthroat Bandit. Oh, I need some Falcon Dives. Farm Boy? I think we can accelerate with... yeah, I mean, we've got all neutrals in my hand. So I think we can accelerate with these. Now I wonder if I have to play around Phantasm. I should probably be looking at these cards. Phantasm does not exist. Don't have to play around that. There's not a lot of proactivity in, or reactivity, I should say, in, these starter lists, which is a big detriment for the whole list. We'll just stay here. I want to save up for the Seed Sower. We don't need to invest the Farm Boy. Now he's got 5 attack lined up. That's something. A little bit out of range, but he's got something. Yeah, so Arrow has also posted a tournament, community-driven tournament in the Faeria tournament section in the Discord. If you want to join in on that, it's going to be a mono-yellow tournament. Should be pretty fun. Ooh, I should have potentially stepped up. I guess if I had stepped up, then he would have just put the protection here. I wouldn't have been able to hit in. So, I guess it wouldn't really matter. Well, we can block you back, huh? Let's just drop the Seed Sower in his face. And then we'll step this guy up. We'll make 0 hits here. Finding the numbers is going to be awkward. It would have been lovely if I could have gotten that Farm Boy down, but not able to with the cost of that Seed Sower. So we'll just step up the 1/1, and I think we pass. Yeah, if we take this pre-hit, then he just pre-hits into the Seed Sower, and then he gets that 1/1 to kill off the Steam Forge. So we want to make sure our numbers are lining up in our favor so that we get as many creatures surviving as possible. This is one thing that might be challenging for newer players to understand is value trades and understanding the importance of value trades, because you're like, Just trade off all your creatures, who cares? But creatures surviving on the board is really huge. It's really important because you have that, you sort of have this initiative where your opponent doesn't have creatures on board, but you have creatures threatening these lands. Even if you just got these creatures elsewhere on the board, you have a potential threat with like Horsemaster mobility tricks that can zip them off into different places. So, you better have a creature to place on this lake, otherwise I can shimmy all of my creatures down, pop the shield with the 1/1. Oh, Humbling Vision, okay. So it does find a decent answer. Okay. So I would love a buff in this situation. I could either go for a buff, or I could drop a Grove Guardian by collecting twice. What do I like more? I mean, it's not super likely we get a buff, it's just Tiki Caretaker, I think. Yeah, it does look like just Tiki Caretaker. I guess Falcon Dive also technically works, but that seems very expensive, so we're not going to go for that line. We will just go for Grove Guardian and maintain collections then. And then Forest, go where, though? We can't put anything on this fish. We could build it aggressively. I don't think a defensive land's going to do much for us, unless we want to stop this Disciple in the future, but unlikely. We'll just drop you there. This, and I think we'll take a pre-hit now. Pre-hit's fine since we're staying taunting. We actually don't have the damage numbers to kill this. One thing to consider, I guess, was a Falcon Dive top deck. Okay, but I think a Falcon Dive top deck's too much to hope for. That forest placement's also kind of awkward because it doesn't give me an attacking land into face in the future. So, not super fantastic. Plays a Spell Whirl, can actually get DLC cards off of this, which is neat. But my goal with this pre-hit is to also just take this with the 5/6 hopefully, and then we get a value trade on the fish if he doesn't hit in. His options, he used one Humbling, which is actually super important to note because there's only 2 Humbling Visions in this list. There's only 2 copies of every card in this list. Which makes my Verger Enforced a lot safer. This card is super weak to Humbling Vision. So we only now have to worry about 1 card in the entire deck that counters this. Drops a 5/6. Okay, don't like that stat line. Give me buff, thank you. So we don't get an efficient buff. Like this 4/2 can't efficiently take this guy. Still can't really take the fish. So we can get a value trade with the 4/2, but we'd have to step everything, or we just hit the 4/2 in, we sidestep, we buff, then we're on 8, which is pretty good. I think, yeah, we'll go for that. So we'll just take this, we'll do this, that's cost me 4, and then I probably draw from here, actually. Ooh. Second Grove Guardian? Wait, does that change anything? I don't think so. These 4/6 stat lines are kind of awkward to get anything done. We'll play the Tiki Caretaker out of fish range so we can take the trade on our own terms. I really want this guy stepping up, so we're gonna replace you with a farm boy, I think. The reason I've been holding this for so long is because one Faeria is still a lot in this game, and we want to save that one Faeria for playing stuff, but I can calculate that on my next turn I'm gonna have enough to play my biggest card in hand, so I don't need to worry too much about the Faeria there, at least for the next turn. And I need this guy to die off at some point. Cash in on that card draw value. Another thing to consider, we do have this 1/1 that could step back and take over collections, but it's going to be a little bit slow. We miss a collection by doing this, so, I mean, we might as well play the farm boy for free in that case. This taunt is really cool, because this means if our opponent plays something here that I don't like, that I don't want to deal with these stats, oh, right, this guy's got taunt too. But I can trap this guy and then run away or something, just to preserve the stats. No Voice of Truth in this list, so this guy's gonna be a problem later if we can't manage. Alright. This guy's fine, so we can take a draw here. Got plenty to play. Take this. We might as well kill off the fish. I would prefer a a value trade on this, but if I don't answer this now, he gets to zoom off and collect off of both of these wells, and I'm not going to have an answer to it. So we're going to do that. I guess we dump the Village Elder in bandit range. Because I don't want to drop anything big. If I drop the Verger in, that's a big slap, which is unfortunate. So we'll just dump a bunch of stuff, including the Prairiac here. Prairiac can come here, and we'll just step everything up. Just to preserve the HP until I get to deal with this 4-1. And in this location, I get the 2-4 to threaten this lake spot. So that we can hopefully clear whatever this is, and then we're threatening that Cutthroat Bandit still. It's kind of unlikely, but we also have the Grove Guardian threatening this space. Cambrian Enchant, alright. A Desperate Enchant there. And with all this swarm that we have going, this land structure is actually not too bad. It allows us to actually play all of our stuff in face range. Always struggle with valuing high attack damage, low health. First low attack, healthy creatures. Yeah, I mean, low life creatures kind of suck usually because in the game we've only got, in the game we've got a lot of brutal cards like Soul Drain, Cypher's Wrath, Flame Burst. Generally, if you get a creature that sticks on boards, that's good. Creature sticking on boards, very good. So let's actually go for a taunt here. I might end up +1ing, because this Ancient Boar is really good value. We'd love to play, like, 2 things next turn. I don't think we get 2, though. If I +1, I'm on 7. I'm collecting 5 here, right? So, I go down to 2, then I go back up to 7. I only go to 8, so I can't actually afford both of these. Alright, so it doesn't make a difference. So, because I can't afford both, I'm thinking of playing this Grove Guardian. Because I can't afford both of these next turn, we're gonna take a draw. Because +1's not gonna do anything for me. And we actually picked up a different taunt. This is an option. I think we'll just go for this, though. We play the Juicy taunt, and that way we get more damage on this potentially, because he's actually got to find an event. He's got to find 2 events if he doesn't want it to die to this Prairie Yak. And the taunt is fantastic here, because it really locks down where Eru can play stuff. You'd actually have to hit in the 4-1 here to open up a lake spot to play something defensively. But yeah, actually in that moment where... Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good pickup. In this moment where I was, like, debating playing these swarmy things rather than the big life stuff, yeah, that is a good question to think about. Oh, he still gave me the cut. I guess I always had this trait. Yeah, let's see what we draw. And yeah, you... Like, preserving those stats is really important. You don't have to feel super pressured most of the time to be countering these other things. Okay, anyways, let's... We can step over and taunt again. With the 2-2, and then just drop a 7-7. Pretty cool. I actually really like that. We got a ton of cards in hand now, so we can just +1. We'll smack with the 2-4. And drop this big 7-7 and +1. Now and we're gonna stay on this lake as well, just to block where his summoning spots are. One great thing about this play, because we've also just forced Eru back with his positioning here, with the lakes, and now we again are taunting, he can't really do much here. He can't affect the 7-7, and this even plays around Humbling Vision. Cards like Humbling Vision, something that's reactive, it is hugely impactful when your opponent gets to value trade with a creature as a follow-up. But if you were to just Humbling Vision here, that means I get to take trades on my own terms. I don't have to trade this 3-3 into something unfavorable anymore. So yeah. Playing out of trade range, really good. I really would like to top deck a Falcon Dive here to deal with this. Falcon Dive or buff, I think we still have one more. So even though we've got a ton of stuff to play, I'm actually going to value the card draw. Just because it should be pretty likely to get like a Falcon Dive. We don't get it though, so that's fine. Because this would be a big hit to be able to use our 7-7. But we don't get it, so we will just be forced to take this. We can drop another taunt though, which is crazy. And we can even drop the Ancient Boar on top of that, which is very cool. But Ancient Boar needs to go somewhere relevant. I'd have to actually dash it onto this lake. Putting it in trade range of this. Well, this one's already going to be in trade range. Let's see. What do we have to... Okay, I don't know. I think I can just dash this face. It should be fine. Smack. Other taunt. Just because this guy's going to be kind of irrelevant if I put him elsewhere. And again, stepping on the lake's pretty good. So this forces him to need an answer here, which is just Falcon Dive. I assume there's Falcon Dive in that list. Oh, there's Campfire. Campfire and Falcon Dive in that list? Alright. So he actually has a lot of answers here to this, but that's fine. We forced the investment. This Ancient Boar is not doing anything much elsewhere. And Eru has been on 1 well the entire game. Yeah. Which is just gonna snowball in our favor the more time goes on. If that ruby fish had survived, that would have been huge for him. I think that ruby fish surviving would have kept him in the game, to be honest. This Faeria is just offsetting the heals he's been getting. And there is a campfire found. We still need that Falcon Dive top deck. Falcon Dive top deck would be lovely. So we could try to draw for it again, or we could just +1 into... Verdran's not very good here. When there's a 7-3 on board. I think we can go for the draw. Again, so there's a lot of high attack creatures here, so my big boys are not going to be good into these stat lines. I'd much rather play like smaller swarm stuff into these. Yeah, let's go for a draw. Still don't find that Falcon Dive. Very sad. So, we can take the Face Smack, or we could take this Disciple before he gets out of hand, because I'm not going to have an answer to this. This 5-3 is going to take the Verdran for us, and then I'm just not going to have an answer. This 4-4 is in range to hop over. This is also just in range. I think we're gonna take this out now. Go for these hits. Silent Warrior backwards, actually. We're gonna be a little bit passive here. We have to reestablish our Faeria lead to take out these stats. Because again, there's 2 Falcon Dives and 1 more Campfire in Aria's list, which is pretty likely that he could top deck 1 here. So we want to, we want to like play out of range of the 5-3. This guy comes over, trades, and then he gets a nice juicy clear on that guy. And we should be getting Falcon Dives soon. So having this threatening 4 attack is pretty good. No mobility in this list. We have 2 Beastmasters in this too. Beastmaster's a very good starting cards. Hello, Bobbin. Oof. Okay, that was a pretty good pickup. Able to just double collect now. Still no Falcon Dive, please. I don't really want to be drawing too much more from here. I have so much stuff. Really awkward with that 5-1 on board. I don't like that. So we could stay here, drop a taunt. That doesn't really accomplish too much. Could try to build Beastmaster value, but we put him in trade range if we do. Yeah, not top decking that, not top decking the Falcon Dive hurts so much. We could try drawing again, I guess. If we draw into Falcon Dive, we only have 4 to work with. You know what? We're gonna go for it. Oh my god, still don't find it? Jeez. Alright. I'll keep slow playing then. So we go on 8 cards next turn. Alright, well, if we don't draw the Falcon Dive next turn, we're never drawing it. Don't think there are Wind Archers in the yellow starter. Became God with the red deck? Nice! Congrats! Falcon Dive real deep into the deck. Yeah, Falcon has divin deep. We got 2 to top deck. I can't remember if we have any more buffs. I think there's 1 more buff. Like, there was several situations where Falcon Dive or buff would have been fine. Safeguards. That's actually really expensive to take out a 1/1. Oh, wow. Wow, what a top deck. That is actually kind of insane. Wait, I do have Horse Master? Oh, okay. I'm just blind. I did not see that. Where's the Falcon Dive? Come on. Unlikely this guy flips. But he can build a lake. Let's drop... there's still 1 more Humbling Vision, so that's actually pretty likely for him to draw into. I guess we just take this trade. I can't afford to draw anymore. We're on 9 then. I have not got anything 5 costs. I guess putting the 6/5 backwards actually is pretty huge with a Horse Master pickup here. Horse Master pickup. Yeah, so we could put the Steamforge backwards, and then we've got a 3 cost we can play. Let's just take this. Yeah, we will play the Steamforge here. Prairiac? If this flips, it's so bad. But I'm really banking on the fact that there's not enough 7s to make this flip. And also, if it does flip, we have to draw Falcon Dive. We absolutely have to. It's coming at some point, come on. Now Eru, if he knows the lists, he knows that I haven't played a single Horse Master, so he probably is safe to play around this card. Pretty reasonably. I'm on 8 cards now left in the deck, so a pretty easy predict. Okay, so that's fine. He had to invest that that lake, right? Oh, this is an amazing value trade. On the other hand, we are in a spot now where we could potentially win by just slapping face. So value trades or this. I think he's got 2 Falcon Dives left, right? Yeah, okay, so he still has Falcon Dives. I think it's better to hit face here. We're on 6. We can... Yeah, this guy being in range is kind of unfortunate. So... We bring Horsemaster here. Looks like a decent spot. Yeah, we're just gonna smack face here. +1, and then either we play the taunt. Yeah, I actually like putting the taunt right here. That looks pretty fine. So what this taunt does is it actually protects my 3-2 from the 4-2. Doesn't protect it from the hopper coming over, but a double neutral investment is a big investment. Now there's an argument to be made. I could just put the 2-3 here. He can still kill it. But I don't know. This guy's a little bit more threatening. He's threatening these 2 spaces into face. And again, we have 1 more buff, I'm pretty sure. So he needs to be wary of that potential 4-power creature. Now Campfire can come here. There's 1 more Campfire in Area's list, which would hurt. But like I said, Falcon Dive's a really clean cleanup. So I think the face hit was just better there. Another safeguard. Alright. All these safeguards being dropped is absolutely fine. Oh, GG. Didn't have a follow-up. Okay. That was a pretty interesting match. Managed to close it out in the end.